Help us make this the best school year yet.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Showers and even a few rumbles of thunder will be possible for much of the day. We'll see an afternoon high of 53, but temps could start to fall by late in the day. Southeast winds gusting over 30. Mainly cloudy tonight with a low down to 27. Only a high of 36 tomorrow for your Wednesday. Snow showers possible by the afternoon.
I agree.
I'm here for 93.
This is the Sam Hoiberg Show, coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Nebraska basketball's Sam Hoiberg.
All right, welcome into Ticket Weeknights. This is the Sam Hoiberg Show. I am Harrison Arns running the board, and as always, we have host Sam Hoiberg in here, as well as new host Jeff Grace as well. What's been up, guys? It's been a pretty crazy week of basketball, to say the least. How you guys doing?
Yeah, busy week. Enjoying our off day today, actually. So.
Indeed. I would say we're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Happy Monday to everybody out there.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Happy
Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, and then we were talking a little bit before the show. We were kind of breaking down these past few games since the last time we talked. So we went from the Creighton High, and then we come back down to earth with Indiana, and then we kind of get back into it with Purdue in a really close game that both teams definitely had their chances at the end there. And then I think one of the things that what everyone's buying in right now is the defense. It's like it looks like a legit Big Ten team. And credit to Fred Hoiberg for it felt like he really liked that fast-paced style. Take threes, outscore them. We might give up 70, but we can put up 80. And it feels like he's kind of shifted into a new direction on really emphasizing defense and not just that, but finding guys that can do that as well. So this year, what's been different on the defensive side of the ball for you guys?
Yeah, I think one thing that people sometimes will forget when talking about the change in styles is the type of guys we brought in.
Mm-hmm.
Or say Manuel and Sam and Juwan, they're all really good defenders and they know how to win. I think part of that was being part of teams that played really good defense. And then I will say Coach Nate, we kind of gave him the reins on defense and he's done a really good job just hammering it into our minds. So we almost are forced to be a more defensive team based on that because we work on that more in practice now.
Mm-hmm.
And the offense is quicker and we still want to play with pace, but it's just kind of how it's been based on how we practice it.
Feels like you're willing to sacrifice a little more time
definitely.
On that defense. Because one thing I've noticed, you guys are doubling a lot in the paint. You guys are really emphasizing cutting. It's obviously it's one of those things where you're going to take something away. You want to take away threes, which, against Creighton, most teams might think about going that route. We're going to take away the three ball. But you guys rely on just doubling in the paint. And then you still sprint out to those 3-point shooters, but that's kind of that sacrifice. So is that we're going to make sure to double against those better centers in the Big Ten and our conference games as well?
I would just say it all depends on who we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
But our rotations really determine on whether or not the other team will have a chance to score. Because if our rotations get no one can score on us.
Right.
I believe with everything that Coach Nate has put into this defense, and he really works on really hard and really make sure we're in the exact spots, because if we're even a step off in the Big Ten, everyone's going to score on us.
Right.
But if we're on it the exact point and everyone's moving well, moving on the same page, and our rotations are good, we have the best chance in the world, and it will determine the outcome, and hopefully it'll be in our favor.
Yeah, and if you guys want to chime in here at all, go ahead and hit up the Sartor Heyman text line, 402-464-5685, or you can also call in at the Honda of Lincoln hotline, same number, 402-464-5685. We got Sam Hoiberg and Jeff Grace from the Nebraska basketball team. The first time they've gotten to talk on here since that Purdue game. So if you guys want to ask them any questions about that, feel free. Like I said, 402-464-5685. So looking ahead, we'll talk with this a little bit in the hallway. The next game is going to be a big one. We talked about K-State, and they're having a season that I'd say is probably surprising most people. I don't expected them to be bad, but hear them at 9-1. They definitely got some players, and that's 17th, correct?
It's Saturday, whatever day that is.
Yeah, so I think that'd be. So you guys have that game coming up next. You probably haven't dug too much into scouting yet, or have you?
Not a lot. No, we're going to start that tomorrow. Though.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
okay. And then because we were talking about them, I want to look up the games they played real quick because they're off to a way better start than I think most people would have expected. And for you guys, I mean, it can honestly set up as another signature win if you can find a way to hand them their second loss. So looking at who they played so far, to start the season off, they played UTRGV, some team from Virginia. They beat them 93-59. Then they played California, won that 63-54. Beat UMKC 69-53. Rhode Island 77-57. Nevada 96-87. LSU 61-59. Butler, they lost that one. That's their only loss of the season so far. 76-64. Beat Wichita State. Beat ACU. And then beat Incarnate Word. So you look at who they played. They don't have too many signature wins yet, but you look at that Butler one where they took their first loss. But I would say beating LSU and Wichita State. I mean, Wichita State isn't what they used to be all the time, but that's still a fairly good team. That I mean, it's not necessarily a signature win, but it's one that you got to look at and take seriously.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, any team that's 9-1 is something that you really have to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
So playing a team that may not have played the same strength of schedule as us, but so we see that as kind of an opportunity because we feel that we played with teams that are as good as them, and then we competed with them. So we think that we can beat this team, and if we get this win, then that can hopefully get us some more momentum, take on that Queens game, and then go into Big Ten play with some more momentum.
Yeah, and also I feel like every game we've played so far has really showed us we've really basically seen everything that we could possibly see. Going to overtime, St. John's atmosphere, Indiana. So I feel like we've really seen everything for this team to be capable of to go into conference play and then getting these 2 dubs that we need and then just continuing the success of the season we've had so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, don't forget Battle in the Vault. That takes place December 20th. And that's going to have 3 games. And then if you buy tickets to that, you get to all 3 games. So Battle in the Vault, December 20th. Nebraska's the nightcap, and I believe that's 6:30 tip-off. You guys will be playing Queens, and that'll be another chance for you guys after that K-State game to hopefully continue the win streak, but 1 game at a time. So kind of going from here, we did talk about in that Purdue game, K-State. We're waiting for him to have a nuclear game, and sure enough, he has that 3-point shooting. Is this kind of what you guys saw from him at the beginning of the season? You were anticipating him to just continue knocking down 3-point shots and then have those games where he's just on fire?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Because since he's been here last year, even when he was shooting, 33% from 3 last year, that was just not expected at all. I mean, he shot 56% from 3 in JUCO on it, like 6 threes per game or something. Or maybe it was like 11 threes per game, something crazy. But literally, he's the best shooter I've ever seen in person, so this is very expected for me.
Yeah, I would say it's very expected for me from what I've seen so far, as long as I've been a part of everything at Nebraska. How he just his shot's so pure. It's just so amusing, crazy to watch, I would say. And just guarding him, you'd be like, wow, how'd you make that? Well, you kind of expect it.
You expect it, okay?
I would say, even if you defend as well, if it goes up, if it has any intention looking pretty good, it's gonna go in. So
yeah,
I would just say his confidence is really well. He's really been really helpful for our team coming off the bench, being a great bench player for us, and allowing us to continue to play the way we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And go ahead, Sam. I'll cut you off there.
I think one thing about K-State that people don't realize is his mindset is really, really good. Because I asked him the other day, because I was actually preparing for Indiana when Sam was sick. I was watching film with some of the coaches because I was people got in foul trouble, I was gonna have to play that game, and I was pretty nervous. I was asking K-State if he gets nervous. He's like, nah. He said because he played in the Olympics, and he said ever since he's played in the Olympics, he's never been nervous really, at all. So his confidence is crazy. That's something that helps shooting so much that people don't realize. And yeah, his mentality just helps him play up to that level.
Yeah, and I even want to give him a little bit more credit because it's not just shooting I've noticed this year with him. He's becoming way more comfortable at ball handling as well. There's been quite a few times where obviously teams are flying out to the 3-point line to get a hand up in front of him. And he's getting a lot better at cutting to the rim. And it's not even just cutting and passing. Like, he's got some moves in there, finesse moves. I mean, he had one, I want to say late in the game, where he went past Zach Edey on the high elbow and just beat him to the rim and put it real soft off the glass before he can even get to it. So, yeah, I expect him. It's the guy I kind of want to see even take more shots, because he's finding more ways to score than just the three. He's getting more shots at the cup. He's more comfortable taking even mid-range jumpers. And that's just a guy that if you can get him going at any time, and like you said, we still haven't had that game where you have CJ and Casey really both firing off. CJ,
Boston College was kind of that.
Yeah, but not to the.
Like, he didn't really shoot in the first half. He started shooting better in the second. And we still won. Like, we were up 30 at one point. So that's what happens when those two guys do that.
Yeah, and then on top of the defense, I mean, that's just going to be a hard combination for any team to deal with. And that's another thing. It's just as this defensive identity continues to grow for you guys, you just feel way better about the schedule and how the things are going to shake out. Because you look at the Big Ten play. Obviously, you guys are 0-2 right now in Big Ten play. But if you look around the league, you got Purdue obviously leading it 2-0, Wisconsin 2-0, and then everyone else is pretty much 1-0 until you get to Maryland at 1-1. So Michigan, Ohio State, Northwestern, Wisconsin, Purdue, all sitting at the top, undefeated in conference play. And you guys pretty much pushed Purdue, who's currently on a 10-0 overall 10-game win streak.
Number one in the country.
Yeah, number one in the country. And I mean, you guys gave him a scare. And it's just credit to that defense again. Like I said, though, if you guys want to chime in here, go ahead and hit the Sartor Hamann text line, 402-464-5685. We are going to have to go to a break here as we're getting the time already. We have a quick short segment to start things off. We'll be back. And we'll keep the show going all the way up until at least 7:30. So stay tuned in. This is 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Sam Hoiberg Show. We'll be right back.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dude in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood, built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you,
are you looking for some holiday fun right in the heart of downtown Lincoln? Bring your friends and family to Lincoln's largest drive-through Christmas lights experience. This show features countless high-quality lights in vibrant colors, holiday props, and favorite characters of the season, all synchronized to music to enjoy in your car. Start a new holiday tradition this year and experience the magic of Nebraska Christmas Light Show at Haymarket Park from November 26th to January 3rd, 5 p.m. to midnight. Purchase tickets today at Nebraska Christmas Light Show.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dan has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsrats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.job.
That was so messed up. Yeah, you can try for fun.
Attention all Wings fans. 89 Cent Wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys.
Yeah, I like real shit.
And every day at p.m. and all day on Sunday. Get to Wings and Rings today. Make sure to sit on Tuesdays.
Like I need to cut my finger. Probably under my nails. I felt like stinging feelings.
I get it. Slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it. Slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before.
I get it. Slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure.
After the bomb.
That's why it's important to monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, and so we go to this Indian place.
We're getting those numbers
We go to this
down.
Indian place. My girlfriend, her family, we go to this Indian place. The oven downtown.
Be next to
I'm not
talk to
into
your
curry.
doctor about
I mean,
your blood pressure numbers. Get
So I
down
was like,
with
so I
your
saw
blood
this,
pressure.
this dish. It looked
Self-monitoring
good.
is power.
But it
Learn
said it
more
was
at
spicy, and I was like, fuck it,
manageyourBP.org.
I just did the
Brought to
weight
you
count.
by
This
the
is
Ad
gonna be-
Council,
this
the
is gonna
American
be
Heart
light
Association, and the American
I
Medical
was sitting there,
Association,
like,
in
miserable at
partnership
dinner.
with the Office of
But
Minority
this shit
Health
was spicy
and
as
Health
hell.
Resources and Services Administration.
I was like, yeah, I guess it didn't touch
Pocket
me.
telegraph while riding a horse. Son, there ain't no one.
Is it really? You like Indian food?
Old Betsy the Stallion.
I guess I didn't know.
Happened to hit his telegraph. Wind blam.
Chicken masala.
Ran right into the side of the saloon. Well, if Jeff would do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and I'm back with Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, you said to me earlier you have a lot going on at the dealership. Can you tell our listeners about it?
Sure can, Charlie. As I've said before, if you don't see a vehicle on our lot that you're looking for, it's probably on its way soon.
So, how many new Hondas do you
Yeah,
have?
I thought,
Been
like, I
stocked
don't
or
really
on the
like
way?
spicy.
We have a total of over 325, Charlie, with the great selection of pilots and Ridge
exactly. I was
in
invincible.
stock right now.
Well, we have been talking about the Honda of Lincoln way of buying
that
cars
non-red
for several
fires,
months.
fires.
How's that going?
Boys been
People
playing
love
well.
it. We're buying
Love
all
the
makes and
ball
models,
lately.
whether they purchase the car from us or not.
That
I mean,
hurts.
really,
That
it's
hurts,
a no
absolutely.
hassle, and we will pay them cash on the same day.
Come
No moral victories,
experience
but
the
moral
Honda of
victories,
Lincoln
I
way
think,
of doing
you know.
business.
Like as players, you know.
27th Yankee Hill Road or online at HondaofLincoln.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HustlerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 90 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Hustler Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's
That was at IU, wasn't it?
going on with basketball, and we'll probably share stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. For the STEP Award honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards Luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.gov and click register now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcast Association.
Mascots when he was at Wazoo.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did
Sun
the
Devils.
So they got
Back
Sun
to the
Devils,
Sam
man.
Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Kane is in the building.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Got a little bit of a crossover here. Kyle Perry is joining us for the Sam Hoiberg Show to kind of help wrap things up here. We're talking over the break. We already kind of talked about the Purdue game. Kyle, why don't you go ahead and give your thoughts on it since we have you here?
Oh man, well, thanks boys for having me in here. I love a good crossover. Yeah, the Purdue game. Oh man, it was ripped my heart out. But I mean, I was just telling these boys, there's no moral victories. You know, that's what you got to say. But you know, as a player, you definitely have a lot of positives to take out of that game. You know.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
But
what do you think of the reffing in that game?
Oh, bro, that last play. Oh my. See, don't get me started on this BS, bro.
Yeah.
Big Ten,
We'll move
man.
on.
Damn Big Ten. Yeah, no, that last play.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt, bro. Like, and you can't make that call in that point of the game. You just can't.
You just saw he was expecting it. He was waiting for it.
He thought it was going to be a lot more violent than it was, and it was nothing. Like
maybe
makes me sick.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was like, I'm going to do Nebraska a favor and call it as early as possible.
But like, come on, bro. Yeah. I mean, if that was his, no.
He touched his.
No.
I don't even know if he touched his.
There was that play earlier in the fourth, I believe, that Sam got called on a shooting foul when a guy was going up. I think he didn't even touch him.
Yeah.
Crap. Sorry. Yeah. No.
We got it. We're good.
Terrible though. Terrible. Like, I mean, you can't have that in a game like that. At what point both teams are at in the season, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't make those calls, bro. But it was a hell of a game to watch. I enjoyed it.
PBA, shout out to the fans, by the way. PBA was rocking.
Facts.
It was. I was telling these guys. Did you go to the game?
I didn't.
Okay.
No.
I wish I would have.
My mom texted me. Shout out, Mom.
Yeah.
She texted me and she asked if I went to the game, and I was like, no. Saturday was fun. Wasn't it on Sunday? This was a Purdue game.
It was Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, it was Saturday. Okay,
Yeah.
Friday was fun. So I stayed home, and so then I texted her. I really regretted not going.
Yeah.
I was an ESPN Classic, but I watched it from home, but you could tell. You could tell. Oh, dude, you could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell on TV that it was just rocking, dude. It has a different feel. You can just see if those first 4 or 5 rows up that it shows, on TV, packed like sardines, it's rocking. It's rocking. So
Hopefully they keep coming in like that after.
Does your dad need to keep buying everyone pizza? Is that?
I think we just got to keep performing. So
Yeah, no, I agree, bro. I agree.
And then
It's fun to watch. Like I said, it's a great brand of ball. I've been watching. I'm enjoying it.
And,
So
I
you
feel
like?
like
Sorry, go ahead.
I feel like it definitely shocked a lot of ears and eyes about Nebraska basketball.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like over the years it has been as what people thought it would be, but now I feel like this team is really bought into what everyone you hear about the people that came in and everything, and I feel like this team is really bought into everything our coaches have been telling us and the spots they're supposed to be into. And I feel like now people really actually see the true Nebraska basketball, and then people actually realize we're not a joke or anything. People actually realize we're a team that can hang with the good people, and we can really play a good brand of basketball. And I feel like we can hang as long as we want to. And I feel like this team will never give up. At the end of the day, you always see fight in this team, no matter who we face. And it's really been a good journey to be a part of, and a good team, good camaraderie. Since me being a transfer student, I really enjoy being a part of this team.
Yeah, and I was gonna say. So you guys got K-State next, and we're kind of talking about what that fandom looks like. So after that, that's on the road. Then you'll be back, and we'll have Battle in the Vault. I feel like we can see PVA really take it up a notch because we got games all day. Then you guys are obviously the nightcap. I mean, that place is going to be electric. At least that's my hope.
The only thing is those winter break games when students are gone are never the same.
That's a good point.
Because I remember Iowa State when we used to get Hilton packed every single game. Even the winter break games, it wasn't even close to the same. But hopefully we get some wins, and then by the time students are back, then we can really get it going. That'd be big.
True. Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely need to head time to the game because I got experience
all the
all
help
this
we
year.
can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hear Harrison in the crowd.
Yeah. No kidding. You mentioned the buy-in on defense. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. You guys are, you're committed to a defensive approach. I think I heard on the way over here, you guys have gotten that hammered in your heads, by coach. But no, I think it's sick to watch, honestly. But yeah, no, keep it up. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Yeah, and I at one point Fred did say that he feels like this team really represents Lincoln, and I 100% agree with it. It's just a super gritty team, which might not be the most exciting for some people, but for whatever reason, we just love it over here.
Yeah.
We can't get enough of the defense. And then just watching Derek Walker attack Edie at the end of the game like that, just 2 isolation buckets towards the end, and then obviously you had Casey doing his share. That's another thing that makes it feel good. It's not just one guy typically helping everyone at the end. When you have multiple guys making plays at the end there, you just feel way better at the team. And then from the text line, Augie says, really impressed with the team this year. Keep the fight going, guys. So thank you, Augie. And again, if you guys want to continue to chime in, 402-464-5685. But I definitely feel like Lincoln's just totally bought in on the identity of a defensive unit that can just continue to push better teams on offense that just really bogs it down for them, especially in Big Ten play. You're playing against great centers all the time. And with your guys' approach to attacking those, to me, it feels like a good recipe, and I expect a lot more wins on the board.
Yeah, absolutely.
Walker's been a menace. dude.
Yeah,
he is a
been
menace.
a menace to the big boys. Hell, the Edie dude he's still going after him. And what is Derek 6? What do we say? 6'9" on the roster? I don't know.
6'7". He's not that tall.
Yeah, dude. Like that's incredible. That's incredible. Going after what Edie was 7. Yeah, like dude, it's crazy. It makes Derek look small on TV.
Yeah,
it's funny, but I
Yeah,
mean that's he's got that dog in him, man.
I think D-Walk is the most underrated player in the country.
I think he's going to start catching some notice.
Zero national attention. He's averaging like 17 and 10 right now.
Yeah.
He's played 2 of the best centers in the country back to back, and he's still holding up those averages. So
I think it's about to flip. I think he's
Hey.
about to get his recognition pretty soon because we were talking about he shut down Zach Edey, and then he shut down Colt Brennan.
Trace had 12.
That's true.
He did have a triple double.
Yeah,
but Indiana was just shooting.
I think that
lights
game
out.
too is his it's just a little tougher for him.
He was sick. He was sick that game.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he has been sick too. He's been playing through sickness lately.
Wow.
So
do you guys have the bug running through the team? I know you had Sam Greasel.
Yeah.
He was
I
out.
sick. Were you at all?
I've been really sick lately, but it's catching on to me a little bit.
Is it
a lot? Yeah, we had it fully run through. A lot of guys were sick, so
yeah,
that makes it a little more understandable.
Weather. It's the weather.
It is. You got to make sure you button up when you go outside.
Happens every year, dude.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where, as I see this team and I watch Derek Walker, an undersized center who, I was telling these guys in the hallways, like I don't ever see him like be like a super high riser. He's never jumping off the ground. Maybe he's just preserving his knees. Maybe he's thinking a long time.
That's exactly what you were completely right. His knees are really bad, but he'll go up and get one if he's feeling.
But it's just the angles he takes at the rim, man. Like it doesn't matter if you're Zach Edey and you're towering over him. He's so good at finding, and he's got broad shoulders.
He's got touch.
He's super strong.
Yeah,
People
and
don't
he can just
realize that.
push guys around
Super
and find a way to lay it up and in. And I love it because I feel like getting away from the post has just been an unfortunate event of modern basketball. Just get away from it. So when you watch guys like Derek Walker that still have those moves down and that you can go to him and you feel pretty good about getting a bucket. It's weird to say, but you don't really see that very much unless you're in the Big Ten these days.
Yeah, and people forget about his passing ability too. D-Walk is maybe a top 5 passing big guy in the country. My dad always says he thinks he's the best passing big guy in the country. So I think we might see a game where he has a damn near triple double. So
yeah, and we do got some more from the text line. Milkman says, "I love this team. It's a team that plays together." And then Pecan Pie says, "Sam, didn't your dad have a kid at Iowa State like Walker, big man that plays below the rim?"
I mean,
he's had quite a few. I don't know which one.
Yeah, I mean, George Yang, I could see someone thinking like he played the 5 a little bit, would attack like that. He had a really good post hook, but he also shot threes more than D-Walk. And then Jameel McKay was just like a rim runner, get lobs type of guy. If you guys remember him.
Yeah, what year was that? That would have been
2013, maybe.
Yeah, somewhere around then. We do got another one from text line. Depressed Tim Miles fan, hopefully a happy Fred Hoiberg fan in the future, says, "How good can Blaze be? He seems like he's getting better little by little every game."
Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely got a chance. He always still has some time to develop his offensive game, but he shows flashes in practice. Like he's got pretty good touch. I mean, he's smart. There's still a little bit of a language barrier with him, I'll say. So playing on the road, sometimes when it's loud, he sometimes won't hear the play call.
Okay.
We're still trying to figure out how to deal with that. But I mean, English will get better as he's here longer, so that'll help that. But I think that he's definitely got a chance because he's strong. Like he plays hard.
Yeah.
He gets a ton of rebounds, so he's definitely got a chance. And he's one of probably the best charge takers in the country too.
Yeah, he takes a charge every week, close to, or at least every practice, mostly.
Yeah.
But I would say like just him starting when Derek was like out, I would say that helped him a lot. Just like seeing how it is like being a starter, and then just like playing with the guys who like start like helped him a lot. Just understanding the offense and defense, especially like versus St. John's. I know it was a tough game for everybody. But I feel like that game helped him a lot, just like understanding like what he has to like what he can do to the team and like what he can provide. He just is a great overall person, like just to be around, makes the team better. He's a happy person, just a great teammate you want to be around, and someone who can provide great energy to provide this team into doing very well during the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And then even guys like Emmanuel Bandamel.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not getting enough recognition.
No, he's been awesome.
Right
He was a little bit off. And the second half, the Purdue game was kind of interesting. It was Bandamel in the first half, it felt like, and then he kind of slowed down. But that's what I'm talking about. You guys have multiple guys, and then K-State kind of took over in the second half. So hopefully, I mean, if you can have CJ, Bandamel, and K-State all hot on the same night, like
we're not losing if that.
No, I don't know who's gonna beat you guys. The Preston Miles fan chimes in again. It said, yes, I love Fred. Mark Onweiler gave me this nickname. Okay. Makes sense. And then was it Royce White?
Royce White was he was a 6'8" point guard who looked like the size of LeBron, so not really under the rim type.
That's Brad. Brad was thinking maybe Royce White, maybe because he was a 6'8" giant that could probably do a little bit of everything.
Royce was probably the most talented player he's had, though, for sure. I mean, he had a triple-double back when triple-doubles were rare in the NBA in college. And he couldn't shoot, but really good passer, point guard skills at 6'8", probably 240 of pure muscle. So, yeah, I mean, that could have been the guy he was thinking of because he was unreal. He was 16th pick in the draft. If you remember, he had the anxiety issues.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Like, he wouldn't go on team flights sometimes. Like, he drove to Kentucky when we played in the NCAA tournament there from Ames, Iowa. So, yeah.
Damn, did not know that about Royce White.
Yep.
That'd be hard then in the NBA if you actually got drafted. You'd have to travel. You just everything's off schedule. You don't really have one. Yeah, that'd be insane. But kind of back to what I was saying about the team. You have a bunch of guys right now. You're getting ready for K-State. You guys said you're dealing with the bugs. Everyone kind of getting healthy at this point.
Yeah, at this point now, we're good.
Okay, that'll be good to see because I want to see a healthy lineup, and I'm still waiting for either Greasel or Derek Walker to pop off with a triple-double. I feel like one of those guys.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Very capable for
Who do you think will be first, Jeff? Sam was close versus Creighton.
I think he's going to get it just because he has
with
the
offense.
more.
I feel like Derek has a better opportunity because he gets more touches. But I also feel like since Sam controls like the tempo of our offense,
He brings it up.
Yeah.
But Derek is kind of who we played through. So
I feel like it would be Derek. But not saying Sam can't do it. Sam can definitely do
have
it.
one game.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
That'd be sick.
That'd have to be a game where CJ, K-State, and Bandamel are all going off because those are assists right there where you can kick it. That's just a night where if that happens, we might climb top 25 no matter who we're playing.
K-State's so fun to watch. Dude.
Yeah.
He's just man. He plays with so much joy out there. It just
So
makes
much
you
passion,
happy, bro.
yeah.
It's awesome.
I mean, that's what you see when you're scrolling through Twitter. You see like all these Japanese language, and they're all like saying how they love the passion he plays with. And,
that's awesome.
Yeah, like how he's the pride of Japan.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out. Yeah. We do got another one from Augie.
Love that.
You guys can answer this. He says, outside of Derek Walker, future Big Ten Player of the Year. I like the hype there. Who does Sam and Jeff think are going to rise and surprise the rest of the season?
That's a good question.
I was thinking about this. I think one person that's going to surprise some people, hopefully, is I think Jamarcus when he gets more comfortable, because he's really just been a guy to kind of play defense when he comes in, but he was brought here to shoot threes. Like he is right up there in the top of the team with shooting, so I think he might surprise some people offensively. But for people that get more minutes, I would say I would look for CJ to be playing more consistently. It's like every other game right now, but I could definitely see him being much more consistent with that. So that's my pick.
For me, definitely Jamarcus when he gets more comfortable and used to everything just going on, because it's hard being a freshman coming in, just learning the offense and just learning how to play college basketball in general. But for me, I would say Will, because Will can really contribute to this team. He's doing a great job, but I feel like once he gets like his shot going, it'll be hard to stop him to like turn the fire off. And his like just being the size he has and like him being capable of rebounding really helps his team out very well. And him just like setting screens and just like passing, his vision's really good. I would say, like, because you know how we run the ball through Derek, like he can really like step into that position and fill that role very well. And like just like being comfortable shooting for him and like being confident. Once he gets that going, it's gonna be really hard to stop him.
Yeah, I agree. Because Will, once he gets his shot going, he's gonna be a really good player. Because Will's a really good shooter, It just seems like he hasn't really been able to get comfortable out there. But once he gets it going, he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, that's one of those things I can't ever figure out why it hasn't quite. Everything I hear, he's a great shooter. His history says he's a great shooter, but maybe it is just a comfort thing. And as this team continues to grow, I think you'll see assists continue to climb too. That's something with this team that makes you feel really good. When you see high assist totals, that just gives you a good shot to win no matter who you're playing. It shows you that there's multiple guys on the court. The other team can't just grab their scouting report and say, stop this guy and this guy, we win. You got multiple threats on the court. Managi says go Goggles, so he's about Will.
Yeah. Go Goggles.
But yeah, keep them coming in, guys. Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Go ahead and feel free to ask these guys. We got Def Gray, Sam Hoiberg from the basketball team. Or we can switch it up and go baseball. We got Kyle Perry here as well in the crossover. But obviously baseball's not really going on right now.
Oh, no.
Just prepping. Still in prep work right now.
Still in prep work, dude.
What's that been looking like for you guys?
What's that?
What's the prep work looking like, you guys?
No, it's been just, working out, playing catch. Position guys do what position guys do. Pitchers are just kind of, in a world of their own.
What do lifts look like for a pitcher?
They suck, bro. They suck. It's a freaking it's a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet, dude. Because we do running before or after the lift, and it's like right now it's all on your own.
Why do you run as a pitcher? What's the point?
Endurance and
for what?
Endurance. Well, endurance and like explosiveness, they say.
Okay,
but I'm with you. I could go without. But and then we honestly just work out, do a lot of upper body. When we have upper body days, it's heavy upper body, and then lower body is lower, really hammering it.
You got special lifts for your shoulders then?
Oh yeah, like trap bar pulls and shrugs and stuff for your traps and shoulders and crap. Oh man, it's terrible. You're just you walk out after a Friday lift and you're this from your shoulders down to your lower pecs. You're just barking the entire time, but it's a great workout. You feel better the next day for it, but
that's good.
Oh, dude, during it, it's just you're dying.
We know that it is.
But
the lifts are probably harder for walk-ons, honestly, because they keep it easier for the players in season that are playing a lot. If we got to go heavy during the,
you guys are hardcore development.
Yep. And then we do conditioning during the week just to sit and clap on the bench. So that's stuff we question, but it's good for practice.
It's making us better each and every day. So
good.
Can't think of it enough. But what are how many times of the week do you lift?
4 right now. 4 of the 5 weekdays. So
gotcha.
It's been good. It's been good, man. I'm not complaining by any means. It's just it kills you during the week, But I get my degree on Saturday, so then I'm gonna be, not thank you. I'm gonna be, not having to worry about, juggling serious school with, my other stuff. So
are you capping it there? Are you doing anything after?
Yeah, no, bro. I'm checking out. I'm checking out.
That'd be awesome.
When I already went to my last actual degree seeking class. I'm not going on for a master's, dude. That's just not. Yeah, that ain't it.
I feel like that's the collegiate athlete dream, is to be done with school and still have some time yet to
play.
Right.
Yeah. And that's, I had to take advantage of it. Yeah. I could either milk this into the spring or end it now. I said, put a cap on it,
It's been a hell of a ride.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'll enjoy my, 9 credits in the spring or whatever I had to take, yoga class.
I love they feel pretty good during the season.
Amazing.
Like, hey,
I did it this semester, and I think they offer it for next semester too. I don't know if I got in though, but what is it? Underwater basket weaving. Yeah, been looking.
Nice.
No, I'm kidding. That's I
was like,
imagine. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a bunch of BS. But I'm excited for it. It's like being a part-time professional athlete. You're playing your sport, you're doing your stuff for your sport, but then get some classes you got to go to.
You can be kind of that Lincoln Stars, some of the younger Lincoln Stars players that
sure.
are still in high school.
Aren't they? Yeah.
They're like full-time hockey players, and then they go home for a couple hours and knock out some schoolwork.
That's crazy. Yeah, I guess it would be kind of like that.
Yeah, because high school, I don't know how they do it, but they condense everything they need to know in a day in 2 hours for them.
Hey.
I would take that.
If you weed through the BS, I'm sure that's usually 2 hours of stuff you need to take home.
Yeah, it's man, because I think Adrian Martinez got that experience for a little bit too, where he's just straight athlete, but
it's amazing.
Yeah, and then
I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Yeah, so we were looking at the schedule too when we talked. Your guys' schedule kind of sets up the same way the Nebraska basketball schedule kind of went.
Okay.
These guys had to play a little later than you guys will, but they had to kind of start early with number 7 Creighton, number 14 Indiana, number 4 Purdue.
Right.
Then you guys, when you get to that first tournament, you got Vanderbilt. I think it's Ole Miss as well, and then is it Hawaii?
Hawaii, yeah.
So
yeah, hopefully they're not, or hopefully they're jet lagged from their flight from the homeland, dude. That's crazy to me. But yeah, no, we kind of get tossed into a gauntlet there, U.S. Bank. That's going to be fun. I mean, Ole Miss just won a national title. I mean, you know, and Vanderbilt's pretty much, you know, the Duke of college baseball.
Yeah.
But that's it in Minneapolis. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, at where the Vikings play, U.S. Bank Stadium. So that's
nice.
Which is, I mean, it's in a football stadium, so it's nuts.
Yeah.
You know, because it's kind of like, you know, when college basketball goes and plays on a aircraft carrier and, you know, at Citizens Life Park, I think it is.
Yeah, I think
where the
right.
Brewers, where the Brewers play. Like
That was weird.
That was really strange, but I mean, you know, unique,
baseball,
cool,
makes more
whatever.
sense,
But like baseball at a football stadium, so it'll be neat. I'm looking forward to it. But we played there a couple seasons back, and it was just weird. It was right during COVID.
What is like the fence set up then? Like they just
dude,
make
so like
one?
so at like one end of the end zone, you'd have to pull up a picture, dude. It's so weird to describe. Like you got like the football stadium, you know, looks like this, and like left field's like this. This is the rectangle, looks like that. It's like, and then it just backs off into some makeshift wall in right field. And
what year was it?
Cuts in 2021.
2021.
Yeah. It's so strange, but that's like your dugouts are shipping containers. You know, it's like, bro, you have to see it to believe it. It's weird, but it's like, it's unique. It's cool, but
it's definitely different.
Yeah, it is. It's a different experience. So, you know, you got to kind of enjoy it, you know, so.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. And then, you know, a baseball season's so weird. And I'm sure basketball absolutely like can relate to it. It just like, when you're riding hot, it's great. It's great. But if you're struggling, it can like
brutal.
Dude, it can pile up on you.
Yeah.
It can pile up on you. I mean,
last year was rough.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can say that too. This year for baseball was not the best. You know, we sucked.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
hopefully we turn it around. You
know,
right?
yeah. I'm not too worried. No, I'm excited. I'm fired up for this year. But last year, man, I got hurt week 5, so I had a lot of spectating to do throughout the whole year. So it just sucked to not be able to do anything, to not be able to play. But and then to just be sucking, and it's like, you know, you wish you could do so much to help the boys, but you know, if it's not going, it's not going. It sucks.
I do say though, I think it's nice to have those litmus tests early in the season.
Yeah.
Like these guys got to play a bunch of ranked teams early, and now they kind of set the bar, right? You beat Creighton, you lose to Indiana, you push Purdue. And now it's like, yeah, you went 1 for 3 against those ranked opponents, but the bar is kind of left high. It's like, okay, you can push these guys. Same thing for baseball. You're going to have games against the best. And it's like, okay, how much do we need to grow?
Let's see where we need to be.
Or are we already better? Do we need to keep growing?
Yeah. Like, let's see
just
where
to
we're
stay
at.
on top.
Absolutely. I think that's huge for, I mean, really every sport. Yeah. That early test tells you a lot.
Good up.
Yeah, absolutely. We are getting to our break here, though. This is a spillover with Uncut with Kyle Perry, and then the Sam Hoiberg Show with host Sam Hoiberg and Jeff Grace. I'm Harrison Arns running the board. We will be back after this break on 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com on the Sam Hoiberg Show.
Trendy or traditional, Gary Michaels Clothiers specializes in men's tailored clothing. Off the rack, homemade is simply no shopping experience. Offering designer furniture out of necessities for a man always concerned at looking his best. With world-class tailoring and full service, Gary Michaels Nebraska Gardens, south of 56th and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
Smart House. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Between 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska.
resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
Their age?
the way they speak.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Bank Strong, and the Ad Council.
The Ticket Water Cooler with Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
With Tony White and his 3-3-5 system that he's going to bring to Nebraska, do you think that's a fit in the Big Ten?
It does seem like a type of defense that allows for a lot of different formations at the point of attack. It's not that they're only going to have 3 down linemen, it's that it allows for pressure to come from a lot of different